Here we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Rodney Langford, and you too can do this business. It takes very little intelligence, I'm telling you, because that was frustrating. I was just minding my own business, and all of a sudden the Zoom kicked me out, and I couldn't get back on. Um, and we have a family of 9 kids, and we totally support ourselves with this opportunity I'm about to present to y'all. Um, Sorry, I'll get my composure back in just a second. All right, my name is Rodney Langford, and my lovely wife Alita, who you guys met, weren't supposed to meet just yet, but you got to meet her at the start of the meeting. We live with our 9 children. We're a blended family of 9 with 9 kids out in Fairview, Tennessee. I get the honor and privilege of being your host tonight for this amazing opportunity that we're going to share. If you clicked on the link, you probably saw it was why is Plexus a viable income stream? And that's what we're going to talk to you about tonight. My wife and I, we are full time in Plexus. My background is as a general contractor and builder. I worked in construction. I had a degree in construction management from a local university here in Tennessee, and worked in corporate America for about 20 years as a vice president of construction, and then went out on my own and did some development projects and things like that. And we were able to replace my 6-figure income about 4 years ago. And so I get the luxury of getting to cherry pick projects that I do. I still do a little bit of construction here and there, but it's on my terms. I go to work when I want to and who I want to go to work with, and it's super liberating, super freeing. And our primary pursuit is this right here. We support our family with the income we make from Plexus. We are what's called diamonds. We're a diamond emerald household. You're going to hear lots of titles like that thrown out tonight. They're just certain levels achieved within our opportunity, and it just means we've helped people. We've helped people create margin in their month and create freedom in their lives and things like that. And I get the honor of getting to present this opportunity. And some of the guys that you're going to meet on here tonight have very different backgrounds, very different perspectives. And that's our goal, is just to give you a good feel for why we feel so passionately about this opportunity, why it is such an amazing opportunity, a viable source of income for you and your family. We are a health and wellness company, and our tagline is health, hope, health, and happiness. And we are the OG gut health company. What is gut health? Well, it's just that. It's the health of your belly. It's your intestinal flora and health. And I'll give my health background, kind of my testimonial, what these products did for me. We have an amazing lineup of products. We're going to talk about those a little bit, and we're going to talk about the actual opportunity of how you can actually make money with this opportunity. With me tonight, and I had to switch. I'm normally on my computer, and I had to switch to my phone. I can tell my co-host, Mr. Luther Harris. Luther is just an amazing man. We had the opportunity to meet some months back, and have formed a friendship and a bond, and decided that we want to join together and share this opportunity as best we could. Luther is down in Atlanta, and he and his wife Joya. And so what I'm going to do, Luther, I'm going to put you on, and if you wouldn't mind, just introduce yourself, and you know what to do, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, awesome to be with everybody. Great to see how many people we are starting to be able to share this hope, health, and happiness with. This is such an amazing opportunity. But anyway, I'm gonna give an abbreviated version of my story tonight, just because there's so much that we're gonna throw out tonight, and that we want you guys to make sure that we don't take up too much of your time. But I started the products seriously back in 2022, May of 2022, because my stomach was just all out of whack. I wasn't able to eat any of my favorite foods. Brother couldn't eat chicken wings. That was a problem. Brother couldn't eat burgers. That was a problem. And I was very, very, very lactose intolerant. And I had been for my entire life. And so I stayed away from ice cream. I stayed away from things like that. And one of the most beautiful parts about what these products have done, as these products have healed my gut, my acid reflux has gone away, those food sensitivities have gone away. And the biggest thing is when my family goes out for little ice cream dates, I can actually go and enjoy it with my family without running straight to the bathroom. That's been an amazing like byproduct, something that was not expected at all. I don't deal with lactose intolerance anymore. So I have more energy. I have I'm more regular. Like all of these things that I did not expect when I took these products just to start feeling better. I did not know how many things were out of whack until they were in line. And so the products have done so much for both myself, my wife, my kids. So many benefits on the health side. We just had the wonderful pleasure in January last month of going Ruby, which again, y'all, like this opportunity is the real deal. We are a 1.5 income family. I say that my wife works part-time. So when we started these products, money was tight. I mean, everything was really, really, really tight. And so because of this opportunity, we can put our daughter through gymnastics. We have been able to pay off a ton of medical bills for our kids. Luckily, we haven't had too many more of those since we started with their gut health. Um, I can keep naming things, but the biggest thing for me is when we go to convention in in June, I can take myself, my wife, my 2 kids, my mom, and my dad all on Plexus, and they all get to experience what we do, right? And so like that makes my heart happy. I'm flying my whole family to Vegas, 6 people on Plexus with no sweat. I would not have been able to do that without this opportunity, y'all. And so that has been a massive blessing for me, a massive blessing for my wife. We're so excited about that opportunity, and we hope to take several people with us. And so yeah, so the products have been great. The opportunity has been better, and this community. I don't even have the time to go into this community, but the people that we have met in this community have been such a huge blessing to our hearts, and something that we needed more than we could have ever thought. But Rodney, I'm gonna turn it back over to you before I start rambling, man, because you know how I get. I'm passionate about it, dude. So I'm gonna turn it back over.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Luther, that great story, man. You're gonna hear a theme tonight. We're gonna talk a lot about these amazing products. Um, and we have a pretty broad product line. What I always like to promote is our what we call our triplex system. And it's 3 products. It's near and dear to my heart. My testimony as far as the products is I was widowed in my late 30s, and as a turning 40 years old, I had 3 kids to take care of. I handled my grief and stress with a fork. I gained a tremendous amount of weight. Um, I was well over 400 pounds. I knew I had a problem when I was sitting in a air conditioned basement and I was pouring sweat, and I went to the thermostat to turn it down and it said 59 degrees. I knew I had a problem. So I went to my doctor, good, Southern Tennessee doctor. He put his hand on my shoulders and he said, "Son, there's a lot worse things than death." He said, "You're a prime candidate for a stroke." He said, "Your blood pressure's through the roof, your cholesterol's through the roof." He said, "You're borderline diabetic." He said, "You're almost pre-diabetic." He goes, "I'm not going to mark it in this chart." He said, "Because once I do that," he goes, "it's going to follow the rest of your life." He said, "So we're going to hold off on that." He's like, "But you got to get serious real quick." And I had gout, which I don't know if you know what that is. That's you get a protein that builds up in your feet. Can't walk. You don't even want a bed sheet to touch your toes. I couldn't sleep at night. I had restless leg. He put me on Ambien so that I could get sleep at night. I was in rough shape. And my problem is I'm an ex college football player. I've always been super strong. I'd go to the gym. I only know how to work out one way, but I was so unhealthy and so overweight, I would hurt myself. I would injure myself trying to work out. And it felt hopeless. And I felt like I wasn't ever going to get in any better shape. Right about the time I was introduced to Plexus. And I was introduced to the triplex system. It's 2 pills and a pink drink, a microbiome to help get your gut health healthy. And I said, well, you know what? I'm good at eating. I can take 2 pills and I can do a drink a day. And so that's what I started doing. And not overnight, but very quickly, I started noticing a big difference. In about 2 months, I dropped about 60 pounds. I went back to my doctor. He was amazed. Everything had come back in line. My cholesterol had come down. My blood pressure had come down. My A1C had dropped 6 points. He was he was like, whatever you're doing. I took triplex and I walked. That was what I did. And moving into the spring, I've had always had seasonal allergies. I had them so bad that from March 15th to May 15th, I avoided outside at all costs, which is a problem when you are a contractor and your projects tend to be outside. Um, but we bought a piece of property, and I'm walking it, and it's in the woods. It's in Tennessee. Tennessee's bad for allergies, and I wasn't sneezing. I didn't have itchy eyes. I could breathe, and this was 4 or 5 years ago, and my seasonal allergies have gone. I've never had them again. In fact, our daughter tonight, she said, Dad, didn't you used to have allergies real bad? I said, yeah, I don't have them anymore. I don't have allergies at all. And so that was my testimony. That's why I believe in the product so much. But mine's just one of a million stories. And I had the honor and privilege of meeting our next speaker. We actually met on a cruise in the Caribbean, and he's an amazing man. Got a terrific family down in South Carolina. Dr. Leo Presley, and I'm going to have him come on and give you his product testimony and share a little bit about Plexus with y'all as well. Leo.
Thank you, Rodney, man. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for having me. Thank you for everybody for getting on tonight. Just starting with meeting Rodney on the cruise, man. You know, my wife, Shawnee, who is an amazing woman. I think she's on tonight. So, but Shawnee started Plexus probably going on 18 months ago. And, you know, Shawnee and I have 4 boys, and she was coming out of having our twin boys there who are 8, and she was really working and trying to get in shape. And her doctor had, you know, put her on medications, and all these things were going on. And she was like, this is just not working. And she met a young lady here in South Carolina who told her about Plexus, and she started, and literally 45 days in, everything started changing for her. It was amazing. I mean, she went back to her doctor, and her doctor could not believe that she was getting off these medications and her body was transforming and everything was going great. And shortly after that, I'm a physical therapist. I'm a director of a rehab department. I'm a pretty busy guy, and I started taking an over-the-counter supplement just to manage stress, to ease me out, you know, just to keep me going through my day, help me with my energy. Fast forward about 3 months, and I'm laying in the intensive care unit. They're talking about full liver transplants, renal dialysis for an unforeseen amount of time. I mean, my whole gut shut down. Like literally the only things that were working were my lungs, my heart, and my brain at that point. I mean, it was really, really bad. And the only thing they could point to was this supplement. So Shawnee's on Plexus. She's doing great. And she's like, babe, I think you need to start. I think you need to consider it. And I'm like, no, there's no way. I just came out of the hospital with God's grace because of a supplement. I'm not doing it. She's like, listen, this is different. This company's upfront. It's quality stuff. It's great. You can try it. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm a biology nerd. So give me the ingredients list, and I'll see if it even makes biological sense. And for each of the products I researched, line by line, ingredient by ingredient, I was like, you know what? That actually makes sense. And when I got down to it, and like Rodney said, this is an OG, the OG of gut health. And being a biology nerd, as I said, I knew that there's more bacterial or microbe DNA in my body than my own DNA. Like that's a real thing. So I'm like, okay, it makes sense for me to keep them happy, because if I help keep them happy, then they'll keep me happy. So I never really had issues with my gut health, but I knew I needed something because I just was not healthy. I was trying to get back in the gym, rebounding from being in the hospital, and my body just wasn't responding. So I started actually on the X Factor Plus, the Ease, because my body was sore and always inflamed. And I started with the Active Energy Supplement, which is why I was trying that over-the-counter supplement that put me in the hospital. And within 45 days, my body, I mean, no, I'm not saying this is what Plexus says, but you know, the 60-day money back guarantee, it didn't take me 60 days to figure out this stuff was working. It was amazing. And from there, Shawnee's been doing great on it. I've been doing great on it. I have 2 boys who struggle with eczema and allergies. We started them on X Factor for kids. They're doing amazing. I have a 14-year-old who's got the typical 14-year-old pizza face. In December, he was like, Mom, I can't find anything to help with my face. we started him on the skincare products, and now his face glows like he's, you know, got on makeup or something. It's ridiculous, and he used it faithfully. I have to run him out of my bathroom every morning because he's looking for his Plexus skincare products. It has just been amazing how the health of my family has been impacted and improved by these products. But not only that, the reason we were on that cruise, you know, my wife is Shawnee's a Haitian, and her mother was an immigrant here from Haiti, and she always wanted to go. Well, guess what? She won the incentive for the leaders retreat, and her first trip to Haiti was on an all expense paid trip with Plexus, and that's where we met Rodney. That's why I saw Luther as he was going on the stage and giving his talk. You know, and I started to realize, as a very busy guy who was happy for the health aspect, but didn't think I had time to fit it into my busy corporate life, I said, you know what? Seeing what everyone else is doing and hearing how this company works, I think I can do a little bit of this and that. I don't think I can just sit on the sidelines. And ever since then, I've come home and I've been doing my best to walk alongside Shine as we attempt to build our team. Things are growing, things are moving, and it's just an amazing opportunity. You know, we're looking forward to being in Las Vegas for convention this year. I kind of watched from the sidelines as Shiny was at convention in Nashville, Tennessee, and I promise you, it created the good kind of envy. I was like, hey, I'm missing out on something that I really need to be a part of. And getting to do this with my lovely wife, people like Rodney and Luther and everybody else, makes it all the sweeter. So Plexus has not just changed our life from a health aspect, it's created margin in our months, and it's helped us be a part of a great community and sharing help with people that really need it. So if you're on the fence, I'm telling you, get off. Nothing good happens on the fence. Jump in, get whatever who asks you to come, and I promise you, you will not regret trying the product. And definitely, if you jump into the business opportunity, your life can be changed. Ours is just starting. You know, we're kind of newbies here, but we've already seen the benefits, and we are not stopping now. When we see people like Luther and Rodney and what they've been able to do and how they encourage us, it just makes us run all the more. So, I appreciate the time, Rodney, man, and I'll give it back to you.
Man, oh man, Leo, goodness gracious. I'm telling you, if you need more testimony about the amazing products that we represent, I don't know how to get it to you. At the very least, do yourself a favor tonight. The person who sent you the link to this call, who invited you, at the very least, do yourself a favor. Just like Leo said, you got a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's strategic, because if you take the products in 60 days, you will not return those products, because they will help you. I'm telling you, telling you like a brother. I'm telling you, it will help you. So at least get back on the products, especially if you're a man on this call. I mean, we tend to neglect our health. We don't go to the doctor. We don't do the things. I mean, you got a personal trainer who just told you. You got a doctor just told you. You need to be taking care of yourself. It's just, there's not much more to say, guys. You got to take care of yourself. Plexus has the products. You heard Leo talk about, we have skin care, we have gut health, we have an array, we have energy solutions, so much stuff. We could go on and on about that. We're going to shift gears now, because we do have such an amazing product. There's just as equally an amazing opportunity, and this opportunity is for you to make extra money and do with that money what you want to do. You can pay off bills. You can pay for kids' braces. You can take a family trip. There's so many opportunities within this amazing Plexus company. We, like I said earlier, my wife and I, we are what's called Diamonds and Emeralds. It's just a title, but guys, we have 9 kids. It's not cheap to raise 9 kids in this world. We have ages 19 to 6 months. We don't just get by, we do well. Plexus has been an amazing opportunity for us. Like I said, we replaced my full-time executive income about 4 years ago. And, we have amazing opportunities through this company. We've been able to meet amazing people. The community that we work with is second to none. We feel so honored and blessed to get to do what we do. It's not just a business for us. It's a mission. It's a calling to help people. We don't want anyone to ever have to pay for their products. And that's our goal, is that you're looking at this for the first time. We're going to help teach and train you and coach you so that you never have to pay for your products, that you are earning commissions and bonuses that take care of your product costs for you. And so I'm going to transition over, and I have a special guest here tonight. He's one of the smartest men I've ever met. He does the internet marketing for Liberty University. They're one of the top online universities in the country. They have, I think they're in Virginia, I think is where they're at. But he is the brain trust behind that marketing campaign. He's knows his stuff when it comes to social media, internet marketing. I'm going to mess it up because I am just a construction guy. I don't know all the technical terms. But what he's going to do is come on here. He's going to share a little about his testimony and then talk to you about the truly amazing financial gains that can be made with this company. So, Phil, Mr. Phil Malakovic, if you would take over.
Thank you very much, sir. And listen, I don't need any other introduction. That was perfect. I'm the digital guy for the university. I manage over $60 million in spend, and it's a lot of fun. But more exciting is what we're building here. I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you make as much money as you want and you don't need another dime, or a 2 in the chat if you could use some an extra stream of income. That's a viable way for you to make some extra money. And what you're seeing is this chat flooded with 2s. Why? Because I don't know a single person who doesn't need or want a little bit of extra money. Now, I'm not talking about greed. I'm talking about a purpose. You know, my dream is to set my kids up to live a better life than what we have. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about our story. My wife conned me to join Plexus. I said it. You know, we were on Medicaid and food stamps, and we only joined actually to help Alita and her family because of what happened with them. And so my wife knew how to get my heart. We had no money, but she's like, we need to help them. And I'm like, okay, fine, we'll do it. And so we scrounged around the money to do it. We took the products for 5 months and started seeing amazing results. I used to be on 2 diabetic medicines and was able to get off both of them. I was on blood pressure, cholesterol. I was able to get off the cholesterol. What the products have done for us, we looked at each other and said, we can't not be quiet about this. I think I said that correctly. If I didn't, don't judge that. Don't judge me. Rodney already said I was the smartest man, so I can't let him down. But what these products have done for our health was incredible. And so we had to share and we had to tell people. And what I found is in this business, in network marketing, there's 3 main reasons why people do not join. It's either they had a bad experience, they don't believe or understand in network marketing, or they don't believe in themselves. Now, you already heard some success stories about what Plexus has done for them. My family, we were on Medicaid and food stamps, and now we're making multiple 6 figures a year, and we are living the dream that we at once felt impossible. We had $100,000 in student loan debt, and we paid that off in 15 months. So everyone on this call can now take away they don't believe in network marketing, because I'm telling you it's real. There's other people on this call that have similar testimonies of what this has done for their finances. And so the main reason would then be you don't truly understand it, you had a bad experience, or you don't believe in yourself. I'm going to tell you another story. My wife, I love her to death. She's amazing. I had to move a box of makeup to 5 different houses because she had to spend $600 on inventory. And I had to move that box to then throw it away because it expired. We had a bad experience. We used to make fun of Alita. We made fun of these products. And now I wish I would have joined the 2 years that I stalled and made fun of her on. What these products have done is changed our health. What this finances have done is changed my kids' future. And that is what excites me. That's what drives me. I'm in the process of hopefully landing a multi-million-dollar marketing contract. I'm more excited about what we're building with Plexus And I'm not just saying that because this is a Plexus call. I'm saying that because if I choose to not work at my marketing job, I don't make money. When I went to Punta Cana because I earned a trip, my team was growing while I was on a trip. This is one of the only jobs that I've ever found where I am not trading time for money. And so I want to challenge you. What, we have about 8 or 9 jobs. I counted it up yesterday, and I'm like, what the frick? I just came up with another business idea, and my wife's like, we're not busy enough. But every one of them is trading time for money except for Plexus. Even at Liberty, you got to think what we're doing is if we stop spending money on marketing, leads stop coming in, students stop growing. So we are at the mercy of how much money we're willing to spend to obtain new acquisitions. But I want you to hear something very powerful. What I said is I only joined to help Alita. And it has changed my life. People are more willing to help you and help others than to help themselves. This is one of the best opportunities. It's one of the best compensation plans I've ever seen. And I hope that you find the ability to dream, because we were drowning. Medicaid, $100,000 student loan debt, food stamps, and someone's going to tell you can live your dream. I don't know what dream. I was living a nightmare. But I'm telling you, I'm here to tell, what are your dreams? Don't give up on them. Because if you're like us, we knew we were made for more than the purpose that we were living, paycheck to paycheck. Don't let that be your life. Rodney, it's all you.
Awesome, Phil. Thank you so much for that. We've gone through the products. Phil touched on the financial impact. You're probably sitting there thinking like, hey, so what do we do? What do we do? How do you make all this money? And, this is a simple business. It's not an easy business. The secret is, you want to know the catch? The secret's work. We sell a little bit of product, and we teach other people how to sell a little bit of product and share the opportunity. That's what we do. We coach and we train and we share. It's a very simple business. The person who invited you, they can go over all those details and help you get started right. We are a community of entrepreneurs. We're all in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. With the exception of me and Phil, who we do work together and profit from each other. Dr. Leo, Luther, we're not in the same organization. We don't make money off each other, but we work together as a team because we all are empowered by this mission to help normal people like us develop income to change our family lives. It's tough out there. A few extra $100 a month can literally change people's lives. Not to belabor the point anymore, but my background in construction, I took a big risk. I left corporate America. It was warm and cozy, and I made a lot of money. I knew the check was going to be there each month. I took the risk to go out on my own. Me and my partner took out about a $2.5 million loan to do a project. And we built that project. And we each one ended up having to write about a $100,000 check because that project didn't go as well as we thought it would. Business takes risk. Most people, especially if you grew up like I did, I grew up in a trailer in the hills of Tennessee. I didn't have anything to start with. I had nobody giving me money, nobody giving me opportunity. What I found with this business is for very little to no overhead, you get access to a company who's done all the research and development, all the logistics. They take care of all the commission payments. All we have to do is go share the opportunity. We get the power of a major corporation behind us without having to do all that legwork. It's absolutely amazing. My wife and I, a few years ago, we were debating on what our next step was financially, what we wanted to do. We had talked about building some apartments. We had talked about opening a bakery. We had talked about a number of different things. And when we sat down, the return on investment for Plexus is unmatched and unequaled. And I said, you know, we're all in. We're going to, it's just like Phil said, all those businesses he has, all the success he has in those other areas, he would trade them all for success in Plexus. But, you know, he has success in Plexus. He's still pushing. But it's an amazing opportunity. I'm gonna switch gears as we kind of wind down this call, and I'm gonna put out a little bit of a challenge. We got a lot of men on this call. Society tells us we're supposed to be the providers. I'm going to tell you that's tough. It's tough being a man. It's tough having to provide and having all those mouths and people depending on you. I'm going to put my wife on the spot a minute because her story is so powerful. You heard Phil talk about they only got started to help Alita. We're both widowed. You know, her husband passed away. She was in her early 30s. And I want her to share her story because as a man, it hits me to the core because she got left in a position that no husband or father, it's kind of the nightmare of any husband or father, that she got left in a position where her back was against the wall. So, Alita, if you wouldn't mind, could you take about 2 minutes and just share your story with everybody on here?
Yes, I got a baby on my lap here, and you might hear some Toy Story in the background, but that's how we roll over here with 9 kids. So, welcome to the call. I'm so excited. I've literally just been sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, if you're listening to this call and you have any questions, I'd be asking the person who invited you ASAP and joining, because I just cannot think of a reason why not. So I started Plexus 8.5 years ago. I can't believe it. And I started skeptical with a skeptical heart, wondering, is this even going to work? Are these products even going to work? But they had a 60-day money back guarantee, and that sold me to at least try them. So I gave them a try. And what I found very quickly was that I felt amazing. I had energy within about 7 days. I noticed I was just feeling better. So I started sharing with my friends and letting them know. And I'm going to really quickly go through my story here. But basically, about 6 months into my Plexus journey, my husband unexpectedly passed away. And I was left with 4 kids under the age of 6 by myself with no life insurance. I mean, talk about hard times. All of a sudden, I had not been in the workforce in 15 years. And all of a sudden, I had to find a way to provide for my family and my children. So I quickly decided to build Plexus and to just go all in. And I made a decision, and I felt like it was just a providential, that God had put it in my path. And so I went for it. And 4 months after that, we were a 6-figure earning team. Phil and Megan actually joined right at that time. Same with Cheryl to help me, and ended up just growing this a massive business that was focused on helping others. What I love about this compensation plan is that every single order blesses 7 families financially. I want you to picture 7 families. Every single order blesses 7 families. That's amazing. And so I knew that with building this, I wanted to find a team of people who wanted to do good in the world, who wanted to change things for the better, who wanted to give more abundantly. Yes, the free cars and the amazing trips are so incredible. And I really enjoy money, and I really love having all the things. But what I love more is being able to give. So as a widowed single mom, to be able to give in massive ways was huge for me. So we're just incredibly grateful for Plexus and what it's done for us.
Awesome. Well, thank you, darling. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up tonight. What I want to leave is one final point as we head out. You know, you heard Alita's story right there. Maybe you're making all the money you could possibly make right now. Maybe you could. Maybe you feel like you're as healthy as you can be. You know, you heard from Luther, personal trainer, by all standards, super fit. You know, he was walking around with an unhealthy gut. You know, he got better. Take care of your health. You know, Plexus can help. the second I heard a wise man, he's my granddad. He said, you know what? He goes, you need to dig your well before you're thirsty. So if you're sitting there and you're making all the money you need to make, you know, you feel like you're good. I'm telling you, you never know. I had a spouse die. My wife had her late husband die. You never know what life's going to bring you. Dig your well before you're thirsty. If time wasn't an option and money wasn't an option, would you do it? I think, you know, Phil laid out as good of an argument for why you need to do something to diversify your income as anything I could ever say. And I highly encourage you, get back with the person who invited you, get your questions answered, get started, get you some products, and start digging your well. And we're here to help. You know, you don't have to know everything. I'm a construction guy. Luther's a personal trainer. Dr. Leo's a biology nerd. His words, not mine. Bill is an IT marketing guru brainiac. You know, none of us are really like gut health experts, but with the community, the One Plexus community, you know, we're able to share this amazing opportunity and actually impact lives. So we went a little long tonight, but glad everybody jumped on. Hopefully this makes a change, and we'll see you real soon. Have a great evening.